Oh. All right, welcome everyone to the Richard Scheib after party. Richard has not popped in yet. We're kind of wondering maybe he got abducted or something. We're not sure.
Where are you?
I did send him a text.
Yeah.
Yes, they came marching on him 2 by 2. Anyway, so I did send him a text, told him that I sent him a link in Facebook. So he said, okay, got it.
He doesn't like us.
Making fun of my favorite guy from New Zealand.
He doesn't like us. He doesn't want to hang out with us.
So Swede says
he's just working on a brisket.
Ooh. I expect food pornography pictures.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I want to see the burnt ends.
Irish Swede.
Kinky.
Smoky.
Want to see my brisket?
I'm working on.
Neil,
I'm working on a brisket too.
You can't just be showing your brisket left willy-nilly.
Yeah.
For the last time, stop talking like my mom.
Working out on my brisket.
You sound just like that magistrate judge.
Your mom, Fern? That gives a whole new meaning to meat curtains, doesn't it?
Oh no! Here we are.
Yes, I said that.
Meow.
Here we are.
My favorite kind of curtains.
Yeah.
Nom.
Make it stop.
I'm pretty sure when Richard does finally get here, he'll be like, "Oh, I'm glad I missed out on that part."
The torture never stops. You know that, Mike.
Let's get all the gross stuff out of the way. He seemed like a really great guy, like a nice guy. I enjoyed his explanations and stuff. I'm really kind of curious about the 2x2s now because, like, I grew up Mormon, and most cultures think Mormons are a cult, like a little fringe cult. They're fairly large. They're kind of a known name, but they are sort of fringe.
Money.
It turns out, yeah. $100 billion stashed away.
You got a lot of money.
Yep.
Well, I do want to say this: when it comes to cults, size is irrelevant.
Right. Catholic Church.
Cults are cults.
Cult. Yeah.
It's all in how you do it.
Exactly. If it fails the bite model, then it's a cult.
They're all cult name. Every religion you can name is a cult.
Well, you could literally say that. Hell, I'm in a cult, right? I'm a Canucks fan.
Yeah, but now we're just like playing with semantics.
Right. No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get loose with semantics. When I say every religion is, I mean, other than maybe Jainism or even I don't know about Judaism because that doesn't really try to promulgate itself, or it's not proselytized.
I mean, the thing is, you can think of so many exceptions. So why make that claim in the first place?
You're right. Well, not so many. Those are just two. I would say just
there
about all.
Are the Unitarian Universalists a cult? They don't proselytize at all.
Okay, 3. But I mean, I guess that's my point. Is the farther you go down here, even if you get to 5 or 10, I still say.
What about the Mennonites?
Even if you get to 5 or 10, I'm still going to say the huger number.
Well,
that's one cult I don't want to go away because they make great sausage.
Cult of the Indiana Pacers are celebrating right now because they are leading Boston Celtics at halftime.
Oops.
Yeah.
Wrong setting. For sports is the center.
Yeah, sports is sports.
Espanites.
Sport ball.
The Espanites.
I like a good basketball game.
Oh, well.
I can't.
This isn't really one at the moment. At least it's not very tight. It's just Jesus Christ. Indiana had like a 16-point run to close out the half.
That's how all the sports very hard.
Well, let's not be dismissive and yuck others' yums. Sports not all bad.
No, sports is a human activity. It's people dig it. People either participate in it or couch potato it and talk about it. It's all.
I mean, I like being like a live spectator, and I can understand people enjoying participating in it. I guess I just find the whole like industry of televising the entire thing and making millions off of ads and all that. I find that really difficult to grasp. Like I don't understand why that's happening. I don't find it compelling, and people who do kind of baffle me and sometimes scare me.
For the same reason,
making commercials for them to air.
For the same reason movies make so much money.
Right.
It's just
the same
human
thing.
activity. People just get into it. There's rule making
because of
this and that and the other thing. It's all kinds of crazy.
The chance of seeing boobs. Isn't
There's
that? That's every sport.
See, what's weird is
always a chance.
I feel like
what's that? You want to go disc golfing?
I feel like I'm 1 foot in both courts. It's like I understand sports ball because I'm a huge Bears fan. I die hard. I'll watch every game. But
Bears.
every other sport I hate. Don't understand why it's on TV. I mean,
like hurling? You don't like hurling?
No.
Oh.
I only do that when I drink too much.
Yeah, well, there's that. You can actually catch a boob every now and again in sailing if you are energetically grinding a winch, not a winch.
If you want to see boobs every match, sumo.
Yeah, there's that.
That's true.
That'll work. Okay, right, good enough.
Do not let me catch like the fresh NHK link for the sumo competition. I'm stuck there for 2 hours. Love that shit. It's so great. It's so great.
Well, WWE is taking over Riyadh, Saudi Arabia of late. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I think.
Wait a minute, you're doing this thing where in Riyadh?
WWE to me is what explains Donald Trump in the United States. The fact that a bunch of people love to watch tight men or big huge men in tight clothes.
America.
Do scripted shit like a soap opera. That explains Trump and how he rose in a nutshell right there.
Oh, he was big.
He was like the trailer park Stone Cold.
Right. What? No. Okay. I mean, if you guys insist, yeah, I'll go get another beer.
Yeah, please.
You read my mind.
Do what you will. You need to hydrate.
Damn it! Why haven't you already?
You need that hydration.
Exactly. There's water in beer.
Sure.
I think
That's right.
I think I saw it was like almost 20 gallons to make like a pint of beer.
Wow.
Worth it.
A lot of water.
Much.
Worth it.
Yeah.
From all the fermentation and the evaporation, all that. It's a very. I mean, I guess they would capture some of that, right?
Okay, now do steak.
What? Oh man, come on! I haven't eaten since like 9 this morning.
What about bacon? Do bacon. Wait a minute, Neil. Why haven't you eaten?
I'm just haven't had time. I was busy today.
Me too.
Yeah, good.
I'll eat when we're done.
Becoming religious or something. Like...
No, I'll eat when we're finished. I got a nice little serving of some beef stroganoff waiting for me.
Hey, Mikey, I wanted to thank you for your professional use of the cough button. That's great.
You're welcome. I do what I can.
Regios, you did not hear that wrong. That was indeed something that Mikey said.
Yeah, watch sumo for food.
Yeah.
Look at Tons of Mice says number one sign you're a married man. You watch sumo wrestling for the boobs.
I'm so married. Crack of dawn looks.
Hey, jealousy doesn't look good on y'all. I'm just saying. Get off of me.
All I can say is swoon quiz play. It's like to each his own. It's like not.
Look at y'all shooting at me. Get off of me. Leave me alone.
Who watches sumo for the diapers? That's my question.
Hey, we can't yuck yums, man.
We're not going to fetish shame. Let's not kink shame.
Yeah, we're not.
I might. I'm going to be in some pretty soon, I imagine.
I still think of Mike Myers when I think of sumo.
Neil starts having incontinence issues. He grabs the sumo dive, like, no, Neil, not the. Oh my God, God, put it down, put it down.
Look, I'm a sprinkler.
Oh no, oh God, and that's actually funny. No, stop it.
The fat bastard sumo wrestling scene is just. I know it's old, but it's classic.
Oh, I mean,
Did you guys know that
I bought more Lego. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
oh, okay.
There was a white guy who was Yokozuna, which is like the champion.
Huh.
He was like a Russian or something, but he's got like a documentary and shit. It's so I'm telling you, you guys should watch sumo. Give it a chance. Give it a chance. It's a good, clean sport.
I like the one where they're trying to climb up the slippery sloped hill, and they're all wearing slippery little outfits. That's whatever that is. That's fun.
Most extreme elimination challenge, or Takashi's Castle.
American Ninja. What is it?
So
That one's funny. Yeah.
Oh, I wish that was an Olympic sport.
I bought the.
I think sumo is an Olympic sport.
No, I don't think so.
No. The Ultimate Ninja, like obstacle course, that should be an Olympic event.
Oh,
Obstacle course, that should be one.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Sure, why not?
And trampolines.
Trampolines.
They've been doing flips.
I just like the fact that we can call them tramps for short.
Yeah, professional tramps. Pro Tramp, the Pro Tramp League.
And of course, inevitably, I will eventually say, no, sex worker.
Yeah, the Sex Worker League. I mean,
That is definitely not an Olympic sport.
What, sex
you're gonna
work?
say something,
I mean,
Neil?
maybe it should be.
Maybe it should.
Yeah, I've been
be.
trying to for a few minutes now.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Sorry.
I think some
Bought
milk.
another space set. Right, the big
Ooh.
space base there.
Space, you say?
Yeah. Well, I love that Lego relaunched the whole space theme, but they kind of did it a little differently, where it merges into other themes as well. Like there's one in the Dreams theme, and there's one in the Friends theme. But the ones I'm after are the city ones, and a couple of the Technique ones. But this one came with a gift with purchase. That is a space diner. So it's got this little couple of spacemen with an alien dude there, which is kind of cool. Yeah,
Space
it came with
diner?
it. Yeah.
Is that like the restaurant at the end of the universe?
Could very well be, yeah.
I like it.
I've always wanted to eat there. I'd order an omelet.
I was thinking it was more the diner from like the Spaceballs, right?
Oh, yeah, with the little alien guy pops up. Hello, my baby.
Exactly.
Hello, my baby.
Yeah. Hello, my baby. Hello, my
I mean, Watto or not Watto? What was the dude who had a fucking diner in episode 2? Obi-Wan's friend with the fucking God.
Meh.
I don't know.
I don't either.
He had like a giant head.
Oh, yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where he goes and the robot lady was like the what do you call it? She was the short order.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was the cook.
He
I
was
can't remember.
blue
Pretty
and has
sure-
4 arms.
Yeah,
Pretty
he had
sure.
4 arms. And like a really weird mustache.
You're looking for the Caminos.
Yeah.
It depends on how big your wallet
of
is.
This is from one of them cloners.
Yeah. It depends how big your wallet
is.
I know Lego's expensive, Regios, but I'm still buy it because I can. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Dog will hunt.
that's right.
According to Primus.
And I love it. What can I tell you? I love it.
I think it's fine.
Hi, Bree.
It's the alien, the Great Gazoo. Was that the
Buzz,
alien?
buzz.
Hey, what's up?
Gazoo.
How she does.
Great Gazoo. Yeah, we were talking about him earlier.
No, that's not the alien that you're talking about. The episode. Something?
No.
No.
Right. Hey Neil, I've always kind of wanted to ask. So, do you know like what is your thing with Lego? Like, do you know where that comes from for you? Like, why it is something that's so like big for you that you enjoy so much?
Well,
why
I'm
are
not
you weird?
judging.
Why are
I'm
you
just
weird?
curious. Not
Weird wants to know.
weird. I'm just curious.
No.
I have passions that people don't always get into. I'm curious why other people have passions that I don't get into. So please, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Flintstones lore discussion, sort of. I was, as a kid, it was my favorite toy, other than I can't even really remember any other ones that I enjoyed more than I enjoyed Lego.
Cocaine.
Well, a little bit maybe, but not when you're 7, right? Or 8, right?
10 at
But,
least.
And so I had Lego boxes of Lego ever since I was probably 3-4 years old. And they just get progressively bigger sets as I got older. So when they finally came out with these little Lego cities and space themes and stuff, the original Lego figures, which I have one somewhere, and it's probably worth a fortune now, but they didn't even have movable arms and legs when they first came out. So I had the first police car that came out with a little minifigure that didn't even have a face or arms or anything. You just kind of pull off his legs and put him in the car, and it looks like he's driving the car.
Just
so
a meaningless blob sitting in the seat, kind of like my dad.
Yeah. And I also had, I think the other toy that I really liked was the spirograph sets where you could draw these cool ass things using
I love
plastic
those
circles. Yeah. And Light Bright was pretty big too.
Oh yeah.
But other than that,
31,000.
Lego was my number one go-to. Like anytime I got money from some holiday thing or something, because growing up Jewish, they always give you money for finding stuff and whatnot depending on the holidays. And I'd be immediately going over to like Toys and Wheels or Toys R Us or whatever, and going and buying the latest Lego space set or whatever. So now I gave away all my Lego to a buddy of mine whose kids were old enough to have Lego, and I said, "Oh, here, I hate lugging it around all the time because I had buckets full of this shit, like those tubs full of it." So I gave it all to him, and I regret it now because there's so much there that I could rebuild today and sell it for like a ton of cash, especially the original space sets and the original castle sets that came out. Oh man, they're worth so much money.
But let's be honest though, would you actually sell them?
Yep.
For a high enough price, maybe, right?
Yeah, if the price is right, I'll let them go. Unfortunately, I don't have them anymore. I don't even know where they are now because I haven't spoken to that guy since like 1991. So I don't know.
Damn kids. Probably half of them are flushed down a toilet somewhere.
But a few years ago, that's possible. A few years ago, I decided to get back into Lego, and I've been collecting ever since. And my collection is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm running out of room. So I need to.
I'm always kind of jealous about the Hanukkah gelt.
The Hanukkah gelt, yeah.
Sounds like a better deal than
and it was 8 days of it too, right? So
I know, man. Yes, this is what I'm saying. All my Jewish friends.
8 crazy nights.
How you doing with the Hanukkah gelt? Oh, great. Man.
No, it's I don't know. It's a hobby that I loved and I've rediscovered and I'm in love with it. Right? I build some of them. I've got some built. I have many to build now. But we finally did some spring cleaning in here and we got rid of a ton of shit that we've been sort of stacking up out there. Now I have table space. So I might start doing some builds on film and putting them on the channel.
That's kind of cool.
So
you can make a whole separate channel.
Nitty had a whole bunch of like mismatched Lego or, just sort of little pieces here and there and everywhere. And he sort of decided to categorize it and he put an ad on Facebook somewhere. And it's like, and he got contacted by this foundation. No, not the government. By this foundation that distributes Lego to kids, which I think is really fucking cool. So he's unloading a whole bunch of Lego on this group. And he feels really happy about that because he thinks, oh, wow, this is going to make some kids smile somewhere.
We couldn't afford it, so I got Connects every once in a while.
Yeah,
it wasn't the same.
Do you remember those? They were like these little shitty blocks that have like spikes sticking out of them, and you could push them together and they would hold together. Fuck, they were called. I can't remember what they called. Some of them had open squares in the middle, so they're like windows, and they had round ones so you could make like wheels, and they had long ones and little square ones. They had little bristles. They had like little bristles to get, you could stick them together.
Yeah, those things. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We're gonna try and compete with Lego. Nobody remembers us.
Yeah, no. I had some of those too. I think I got them
to Lego. I think
I have around the horn.
Well, that's about the same time.
Around the horn.
What if the first person to think that they
around the horn?
A Lego Eggo?
Around the horn.
I'm just saying, Lego Eggo.
Round the horn.
Mikey.
Thank you.
Lego Eggo.
Thank you guys for your attention here. What was your least favorite toy growing up?
Least favorite? Oh, that's an easy one for me.
Ooh, hit it.
Okay. You may not remember them. They were called whizzers. They're like these little heavy little tops with a rubber thing on the bottom, and you used to go vroom, 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 and you wind them up and let them go, and they spun all over the place. And which I thought was really cool, and I had a few of them until one day I wound one up, and my sister pissed me off, so I stuck it in her hair, and I got my ass kicked. I got my ass kicked. Let me tell you.
My God!
They literally had to give her a new hairstyle because of that.
Oh, you little shit! You little shit!
Yeah. I'm gonna say Lincoln Logs. I didn't really go for Lincoln Logs. I thought
they smelled so good.
I never had Lincoln Logs. That buddy of mine next door had some, but
they smell. I love the smell of Lincoln Logs.
Meccano was another one that was big too.
I don't know what Lincoln Logs really are. I've never seen them or whatever.
They're little tiny chunks of wood that made to resemble logs that you're supposedly going to build things with.
A log cabin.
Like a cabin.
Okay.
You build little log cabins.
And that's it. What else you going to build? That's it.
An outhouse.
Different shaped log.
Ooh, different shaped log
Different
cabins.
shaped log cabins.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. You could be an architect. An architect with log cabins.
I mean, there's a certain spatial satisfaction to putting things together like that, right? Like the little Connect sets and like the little Science Lab sets where you get to put shit together. Like there's a spatial satisfaction to putting Legos and making a thing and being like, look what I built. That's really cool. I get that. That makes sense to me. But like Lincoln Logs, it's just, there you go. You built another cabin.
No, Tinker Toys were even worse. Tinker Toys? What the fuck were those?
It was for little kids who couldn't do the big stuff.
Those were just the dumbest. Like,
they were the beginner ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't cut out Lincoln Logs. I mean, look at this. Hang on here. Look at this. This guy looks super happy.
Yeah, show me a picture that'll change my mind. I like that idea. I'd like to change my mind about Lincoln Logs. I think they sucked.
There you go.
No, those suck.
Oh,
no,
he's jamming.
I was right. Yeah, they still suck.
Look at him. He loves that.
Yeah.
I
get so happy with his Hitler hair.
I just get to say, look at that Hitler dude.
Oh yeah,
the poor look. Adolf doesn't know why he's named that. You can't hold that against him. Heimler doesn't know why he's named it.
I'm building the next camp.
No, Neil. No,
I have thought of the toy.
Bad Neil. Yeah.
To answer Mikey's round the horn question, I can't think of the name of it exactly.
Okay,
but it's the apes that had their arms kind of in circles, and you'd have to try and pick
barrel
the
of monkeys.
Barrel of monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was
the new ones are even cooler.
God, those were so worthless, right?
Yeah.
Like, what else are you gonna do?
It was a game.
I could do that shit with paper clips.
Y'all didn't know how to play.
You put them and you dump them and you have to pick them up and you have to get as many as you can.
Yeah.
Before they fall off.
It was never a challenge to get them pretty much all. You just get them all.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I could never get past 4. What are you talking about?
What? 4?
It's a hard game.
You did have a chain of at least 12 long, and you didn't know how to do the thing.
Oh, Ollie over here.
I was just a
Ollie
gimpy
didn't know
kid.
how to play. He was gluing them together in between rounds and shit.
Neil sounds challenged by the monkeys.
No, I call bullshit. We're sending a fucking set of barrel of monkeys over to Ollie, and he's proving that shit. I want to see you get fucking 12 monkeys on one fucking go. You fucking shit talker. I'll call that bluff.
There you go.
I
So
do know one
this-
thing. Barrel of Monkeys was useful as like a floor set of like improvised caltrops. So like if you didn't want people coming into your room unannounced, you sprinkled the Barrel of Monkeys in front of the door. What the fuck is that?
Wizard, yeah, I remember
That's the Wizard.
Yeah,
I always thought,
Oh,
I always thought
that's-
Slinky was pretty dumb.
Slinky was fun.
I mean, what? It goes down the stairs. There you
Yeah.
go.
a loner in pairs.
Rolls over your neighbor's dog. No, wait, that's Log. Never mind.
Great for a snack and fits on your back.
Log.
The one for me that I remember ruined my childhood. I got the
It's better than bad. It's
good.
Yay.
Everyone wants a log.
To
The one
I'm gonna get your log.
the toy that
New high fashion log for girls. My buddy gave me one of those for Christmas one year. He had this giant box. He found a log, looked just like the log in the commercial from the show.
Perfect.
And he threw it in the box with like a rattle and some other stuff to sort of throw me off if I ever shook it. And he
that's
stuffed
slick.
it full of other things. And then he put in a bunch of Barbie clothes and stuff like that, and a wig, and,
so you
and a
could
little
dress
tiny
up
hammer with nails. Yeah, so it was high fashion log for girls, and I could nail
Right.
Barbie clothes onto it. It was like the most creative. And he
Wait a minute.
He goes, all I bought was the Barbie clothes. Everything else was free. So it's like the best.
Wait a minute. Now you crucified Barbie? That's just bizarre.
Just the clothing.
Up with this. You
Just
get Barbie
it's an
coming with
effigy.
nails.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Boom.
Stupid.
Wait a second.
Least favorite toys, pet rocks.
yeah, those are pretty bad.
They didn't even
That's
pick
right.
unique minerals to like even do it with. It was like fucking river stones.
It's just some
Really,
granite.
just like I went to the side of the freeway. Here you go.
Yeah,
Pet
yeah.
rock. I glued some googly eyes on it. Play
Yeah,
with
this
it.
is
Yeah.
from this was from
Built
under
a
the
little wood
cellar.
cave.
So
For
along that
drainage.
line would be sea monkeys.
Jeez,
Sea
this
monkeys
is
are
great.
sea monkeys are pretty horrible too.
I never
They were
did.
brine shrimp.
Yeah, it was just brine shrimp.
You know, I got to admit though,
There's the chia
even
pet. You got
Pet
that
Rock
one.
was better than Bag of Glass, though.
Bag of glass. That was
Bag of glass?
That was
But
Dan
you-
Aykroyd.
You guys
Dan
didn't get Bag of Glass? That wasn't.
Oh my
Dan
God,
Aykroyd
no.
skit. Dan Aykroyd skit from Christmas time.
Lawn darts.
Lawn
from
darts.
Ollie.
Yeah. Lawn darts.
No,
My-
I mean,
my-
like in actual terrible toys, Furbies were pretty bad. They were horrific.
Furbies were bad.
Oh,
They were
the
awful.
noise,
The one that ruined my childhood, though,
irritation.
I got the, what was it, the $6 Million Man doll with the Bionic Woman doll. And that just ruined my childhood because, like, for the next 6 months, I was rubbing boobies on the on the 6 million, the Bionic Woman doll. It ruined my
Yeah.
childhood. I was
Oh,
no
man.
longer
That
a kid.
reminds me. I got
With your
the
innocence.
I got what is it? I think it was called the Transparent Man and the Transparent Woman. Like these are like these
yeah.
So
biology.
2 empty boxes. What?
No, they were
yeah.
you assembled like all the skeletal stuff and the musculature and the organs and then put like this transparent like skin around them or whatever, and so you assembled these weird kind of creepy and slightly disturbing anatomical models.
I remember those.
Macabre models.
Yeah, I definitely read the boobs on the that was
Yeah.
How about
I
another
remember those.
stupid toy, Bop It, also a Hasbro property.
I
Yeah.
like Bop It.
Dumbest fucking thing ever. Look, it
That
just
was-
makes noise, and you play with it by just hitting it.
I don't know,
Right,
Fern.
so-
You sound like a
Somebody
hater.
brought up the magic
Yeah, I'm
word,
a
Bop
hater.
it. It's time to do some hot knives.
That's just like that
Flick
was
it,
like
twist
Simon.
it,
That's
pull
like
it,
a
bop
new
it.
version of Simon is all
Right?
it was.
Also,
Simon's-
very bad training for the clitoris. Terrible,
Yeah.
terrible training.
Hey, I've
Do
been
not
flicking
do
it
it
for
that way.
years.
Mostly, I've gotten complaints. You don't do. Never mind.
Just birds
Smack
of a
it, slap
bird,
it.
birds of a feather just got to flock together. That's all it is.
So Native Atheist said Weebles. I had Weebles. I had the
Yeah.
Weebles
Oh, yeah.
camping set.
Yeah,
I had a
pretty
Weeble
neat.
set.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was thinking.
You know, it said Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They do if you throw them off the roof.
they will fall down.
That's true. When that sandbag hits that fucking sidewalk 50 feet below.
Those damn clowns, all they
Oh.
were bully training.
Wait, do you remember?
You know?
Do you remember the?
You had
Also-
one of those things when you were 3. You knew how to throw a punch already by the time you were 4.
You knew how to connect your hook.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
Gen
a fair
X,
point.
Gen X fighting training.
That
Give
is
a
a
pose
fair
of the
point.
clown. Fucking
Yep.
Does anybody remember the little capsules that you could buy that would you put them in water and then they would a little sponge dinosaur shape would come out of them?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. The capsule
Worthless fucking
would-
toy.
Yes,
There you
oh,
go.
it's a sponge.
I have
make
True.
it
And what?
I have a nomination.
Me wash with Grimlock.
Huh.
I don't know if you can beat Pet Rock. That was pretty stupid. People literally paid money for Pet Rocks. I'm serious.
The Ankle Slicer 5000, also known as the Skip It.
Skip it. I don't know this one.
Oh yeah,
It's kind of
Oh,
like a
oh,
wall
I
that you
remember.
put on,
I
yeah.
do
Yeah.
not recall this.
Oh, man,
Toys
the Skip
for
It.
lonely
I might have
kids.
aged out of childhood toys, but
So-
right. If
No,
you didn't have somebody
so-
to do the jump thing, the jump rope, right?
I don't
Well,
have any. I don't
it
have
was-
any friends. I don't have anyone to play with.
Let me-
Give me
let
a toy
me-
I can play with by myself.
Let me describe it for those who may not know. It's pretty much this plastic mace. And it's got
on one end.
it's got a loop for your foot, and you slide your foot in, and then
Put it on
you
your
can
ankle.
spin this little guy, and it's got a counter in there every time it gets bumped. And so the game is you want to see how many times you can get this little ticker to go off from you making a
Right.
little circle underneath yourself. So you have to do a little hop, a little skip, and it's the
Or
skip
a
it.
rock and a string, and you know how to count.
But the thing that they failed to mention or failed to design for in this little toy was the fact that you would play this outside in the summertime, and boy, oh boy, if your socks weren't tall enough, that thing was burning through your flesh from the friction.
It was pretty
And
bad.
the faster you kick that fucking thing, the more it rubbed, and it would just saw a little red spot right through
There we go.
remember
your
that.
body.
Yeah, Bumblebree has it.
this is
Bumblebree
why-
pulled up the link for it so we can
Skip
see
it.
the ad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Ugh.
is why you might want to stick to soccer or football or baseball.
It was
I'm
so
gonna-
cool until you're bleeding.
I mean, early sports. Let's kick this thing. Yeah, that's a pretty good sport. Kicking things. I like it. Let's soccer, football, whatever.
I'm gonna use my hands in the kicking things game. Hey, that's a hand thing. You
Oh,
go play hand thing.
all right. We'll just make a new game. Hand
Hand
thing.
thing. Yeah.
Hand. Only let's shape it like an egg.
Yeah.
Let's play hand egg.
Hand egg thing. Okay.
That's
what-
basketball.
That's what football should be called. Is hand egg.
I like to get really high and watch new sports, and I still don't understand Australian rules football
Shit.
or rugby.
I don't either.
I can't figure it out. I'm like, how do you score?
No, I
And
don't
how
know
many?
either.
I'm like, that's gonna be 2.8 points. How the hell do you? Who is in charge? Sometimes they run the ball through. Sometimes they kick it
The
through. the
umpires
upright.
are in charge. That's the way it works.
I mean, to be fair, most sports are fairly opaque to me. The rules all seem kind of senseless and arbitrary. So, I kind of
Yeah.
get it for other people too. American football makes no sense. You're right, it doesn't. I don't know what to say.
Well, if you really want to,
Good old hockey
teaser, if you really want a teaser, just Google Rule 18 in the racing rules of sailing, and you'll spend days trying to figure out. That's all.
All right, I don't use Google. I use Start Page, but let's see what it pulls up for me.
Whatever.
Have you,
Rule
have
18,
you-
racing rules of sailing. It's about who has the right of way when rounding a leeward mark. It's one of the most complicated fucking
18.
rules.
Have you guys ever heard of CPAC TACRA?
What?
CPAC.
Is-
That's that thing.
Is that a sex thing?
It could be.
I don't know. It sounds like Deepak
Sounds
Chopra with a
yummy.
speech impediment.
It sounds yummy. Ollie's gonna eat it. It's kind of like volleyball, but you have a little wicker, like a wicker ball. It's weird, and you only use your feet, and it's like the size of a large tennis ball. And these people will just serve this little fucking ball back and forth to each other, and then kick it back and forth. It's like super hacky sack
Okay.
volleyball.
That
like
sounds like it could be fun.
Ping pong, but with a bigger thing and with your feet.
But you should like the flexibility of these people, like they are serving like a tennis racket with their legs.
That's wild. I like it.
Man, one dusty court and your career is over.
I don't know. The only sport I really care for is sex. Everything else is kind of
What's the speed limit of sex? 68, because at 69 you got to turn around.
Bada bing. Somebody do the.
Alley.
Do you have a soundboard, Mikey? We can get the little.
I do.
This.
Ugh.
I don't. What?
I do like the rap battle horns or something.
No. What? No. Oh, I hate those.
I love those.
They're so bad.
You don't like fun. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. I am a curmudgeon. That is the thing. I've been a curmudgeon since I was like 17.
Bravazula.
I'm gonna drag you into Sillyville with me. And you're gonna love it.
Kids.
Get in here.
Get off my lawn.
I'm shaking my tiny fist at the cloud.
How dare you? I'm just
Eepa!
the old cloud's giving you. It just forms a finger. Fuck you!
Yeah, you fucking bag.
You're always yelling at me.
Clouds in your air horns.
I just float around getting yelled at. You old men are such fucking bullies.
I don't understand why you humans hate us.
That's not a hate per se.
Then there's
What?
the Racing
Yes,
Rules
it
of
is.
Sailing has a Rule 69 too. Rule 69 is it's basically unsportsmanlike conduct. If you violate Rule 69, you get thrown out of the sport forever.
I mean, that's kind of what my girlfriend said.
It's for you, Ferd.
There you go. See, that's I don't know who thought up the number, but you know.
Yeah. The you freaking clowns.
Oh,
hey, fuck
tons.
you,
Stop yelling at me!
Hey, fuck you, guy.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you,
Lawn
tons of
clip-
mice.
Lawn clippings.
Tons has
What's
been just he's been just giving me the business. I love it. Thank you. But Bree pointed out a really interesting moon. She said moon shoes. I don't
No,
know
they're
what
moon boots.
I know
Moon
moon
boots.
boots. I don't know moon shoes. Are there? Is
Pretty
there?
sure I had a pair.
I had
of
moon
moon
boots.
boots.
I definitely
Yeah.
had those. I don't remember
Yeah.
moon shoes. I thought maybe I just don't know what she's talking about. There might be a thing I'm not aware of.
Could be.
You'd probably remember them if you saw a picture of them. They would attach to like the bottom of your shoes, and they were like a weak ass fucking spring ass contraption, and it would make you think
like
that you were
walking on the
jumping.
moon.
Yeah. AKA the Trip Hazard
Oh.
5000.
Okay, so they were
Yeah.
like trampoline spring kind of things, right?
Like fucking pogo sticks you can put on your shoes.
Right,
Whoa.
but they weren't very strong.
Tons.
There he is.
Tons.
I was
think-
raising my kid when the wheelies came out. Those
Heelys.
wheels in the chute. Yeah, the Heelys. Yeah.
Oh,
And I thought, well,
cool.
this is dangerous.
Yeah, I like
Oh
them.
my- Yo,
School full of
There
kids
he
doing
is.
Aha!
Yay!
He just didn't want to have to sit through an hour of this shit.
The round the horn question, Richard, was what was your least favorite toy as a kid?
Least favorite.
Yeah.
Tell me it's.
We were
Pet
talking
Rock.
about all my Lego and stuff because I just bought more, right?
I like that you're into Legos.
one here.
I'm not sure actually. It's good. I'm not sure to be honest.
Wait, were you allowed toys as a child?
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay. Like stick
I
and
did.
string, or
cup and string.
Stick and hoop.
I had Matchbox toys. I don't know if you have them over in
oh,
in
Matchbox,
the
yeah,
US.
Matchbox and Hot Wheels.
Cars.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because originally they used to
Um,
actually fit inside Matchboxes, and now we don't have Matchboxes, and the toys are bigger. Huh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, I had quite a collection of those, and yeah, I never had Action Man or anything like that, but
no Stretch Armstrong.
No. But
the original GI Joes that were like the 12-inch figure.
Yeah, I had those.
They're not dolls; they're action figures.
That's right.
Yeah, they're action dolls.
Not dolls.
For me, most of it was comic books and books. It was my childhood.
Right.
Nice.
I like comics.
Marvel or DC?
DC. DC I got into in my teens, but during growing up, we get a lot of British comics, and they'd come out once a week, and they'd have these serialized
The Butler.
The Butler.
Not quite, but there are a lot of sort of like how the British won the war, or
propaganda.
Oh, like
comics.
wartime comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The British won the war.
Schoolboy
with the troops from New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah.
No, they never got any input into it. But there was all these sort of absurd. There was actually one comic called Commando that was all about sort of war stories and that. And, that was sort of quite entertaining because I sort of learned Pidgin German from it. And
Pidgin German.
From just reading
Pidgin German? What's that? It's like
Achtung and
Schnell.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it a little bit prejudicing that it was asked Marvel or DC, and nobody mentioned Dark Horse or Comico.
Oh,
they weren't around back then.
In the 80s?
Well, we're talking
They came in the 80s.
70s and early 80s. So that was sort of my comic book.
They didn't come
reading.
until the late 80s, dude.
Mid 80s was like, early. I don't know. I loved Grendel, so I got stuck on Comico stuff. I probably read that way too early, though. To be fair, I used to love
Reed Fleming, World's Most Dangerous Milkman.
Okay.
Another part of British comics was sports heroes, and there'd be like a lot of soccer playing heroes, but the most entertainingly ridiculous one of these was one called Kid Pharaoh, who was an Egyptian pharaoh who'd had a curse placed on him that he went to sleep in his tomb, and then he got reawakened in the present day and developed a career as a wrestler.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
It does. And in fact, and then there was two wild children who had careers as wrestlers as well. And all my comics ended up being burnt by my mother after I was trying some of these wrestling moves on my brother in the living room, and sort of knocked him down and sent him running from the room crying. And she decided they were a bad influence on me and they had to go. So
it's just a sharpshooter.
That's all right. My mom collected up all of my comic books when I was, I don't know, like 16, I think. 15. When I was 15. She set fire to them in the backyard when I was away. Yeah, she torched over 500 comics that I had saved.
She never found the Playboys, though.
I didn't have any of those. I was not cool.
Yeah, I never actually had a Playboy in my possession ever.
Really?
My dad had them delivered, so no shit. Every week, I'd get out of the.
That was a weekly. Holy shit!
No, it was a monthly. I'm sorry. Once a month, you get that brown wrapped thing out of the mailbox, and I'd be like, oh. That's Dad's Playboy.
Discreet, inconspicuous, but we all know exactly what it is.
Right.
Yeah. No, Playboy was really tame by the time I saw any of those. So like it didn't show much. You saw like nipples. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a whole lot.
Christy
like
Hefner
Penthouse was racier.
Christy Hefner was a classmate of mine at Brandeis. Huh.
Did she get you a free subscription?
Pretty cool. No, she's just a
no benefits.
She's pretty cool.
Without benefits.
She's pretty cool.
Hefner.
Well, did you get any of the Viz comics at all, Richard?
I'm
From
familiar with them. They weren't ones that I was collecting. I was sort of ones like names like Lion and Valiant and Tiger and things like that. So
yeah, because some of the comics in the Viz ones were Buster Gonad and his unfeasibly large testicles.
Tons of mice comes through again. Holy shit!
That's misleading because I mean they were feasible.
The comic the British comic you're probably most familiar with would be 2000 AD, which created Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
And, I ended up. I've still got somewhere a number 2 issue of that in which Dredd first appeared. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Big.
I had a lot of Dredd comics. Judge Dredd was I used to love that. And then they went and made the movie, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. They're gonna make a Judge Dredd movie. Great. And then they put fucking what's his name as Judge Dredd. I was like,
Stallone,
no.
yeah. The second one was great.
And then Rick fucking Schneider. Oh yeah. The second one was way better.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
had
a lot of Dredd as a child. Not
Carl
Judge Dredd though.
Yeah. Me too. The word is synonymous with childhood.
Pretty much, yeah. That's
Regios.
Exactly
This I can pretty much relate to that.
Yep. Or National Geographic would work at a pinch too.
Oh yeah, the Coke bottle boobs.
Yeah.
I still have a thing for pear-shaped boobies, like the little. Never mind.
Oh,
and Stephanie's right in the middle.
Too much information.
Hey, Fern, you found the line.
I've been drinking. I apologize.
That's all right.
It's quite all right.
From pear-shaped boobies,
right? He's drinking milk.
No, Neil, that was last week.
Irrigation. That's the way it works.
Apparently, I need some aeration. Pardon me.
Speaking of Regios, have we had Regios on the show?
I don't think so.
Regios is like a regular, like, I'm going to buy a whole fuck ton of memberships for this channel, like, kind of person. Like, he's awesome.
Yeah, great. I love that. And I think it's awesome. But I don't think we've had him on the show.
Yeah.
Regios do a show.
Maybe you should.
This is the townspeople with the pitchforks. Do a show.
Did I mention that I'm really glad that Richard came on tonight, actually, because I'd never heard of the 2x2s, and I find it kind of fascinating. So thank you for the new info. That's great. Thank you, Richard, coming in.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're bound to learn something once in a while on the show.
Well,
not usually something useful.
I think you're going to hear quite a bit more about them in the news soon.
Are they planning something?
Well, no, it's just with all these scandals hitting the headlines, and everyone's suddenly interested in them. And
that's amazing.
So, and as I think the FBI does more investigation, then it's probably going to start coming out quite a bit more about it.
When I first heard the name, I thought about the person who was going around putting equals 16 on the back of trucks where it said 4x4.
Yeah,
put equals 16. 2x2.
I think we need to. I think maybe instead of calling them 2x2s, we need to, stick with some of the other interesting names for them.
Well, they've gone under different names through the years. So,
I like Christians Anonymous. That's pretty fun.
The meeting people.
That was used? Really? Christians Anonymous?
It was
Yeah.
on the Wikipedia at least.
I mean, what,
Workers and Friends is cool, but Black Stockings? The Black Stockings. That's a great name.
That is so like
It's ominous.
It's like starting World War I kind of thing. The black hat, or what was it? The black hand.
Like
hat.
I'm literally
dead
wearing
rabbit.
black stockings right now.
Oh,
oh, yeah.
well,
Thigh
Oh, they're
high.
not quite stockings.
I mean,
They're,
you know you're enjoying yourself.
No, you
there,
already
Neil.
you already said it. So
It's a fetish
They only
thing,
go up to
whatever.
the knee. They're compression socks, though, technically.
Okay.
Visuals.
So, knee-high stockings. Got it.
Knee highs.
Like a
Like a schoolgirl.
Kind of
Yeah.
strikes
Are they
me
grape
weird
radar?
about Christians.
They're Tommy Coppers.
Strikes me weird. Christians Anonymous, really? I mean,
Yeah, that's such an odd one. Christians
That's-
Anonymous.
Yeah, I liked it. I just think
It's the only thing about Christianity that strikes you weird.
right. That's
no, there's plenty
really
of plenty
ticked the
other
radar.
stuff that strikes me weird about Christianity, but Christians. It's the whole
Then-
persecution thing. It's like, oh, well, our Christians just don't want to hear about God. Just like, yeah,
You would think if
well,
you believed all that shit, you'd
I'll
all
be-
want to be anonymous.
I'll be honest, I really don't want to hear about God, but I don't really care. If you want to talk to me about God, go ahead.
The reason you don't want to hear about it though is because you already have. It's weird
Yeah,
how they just
see, that's
they
the
seem
thing.
to think that we haven't. Like,
I'm kind of well informed.
yeah,
that
dude,
regard.
I know already. You don't have to tell me. I know.
Yeah.
It's fine. Have you heard of? Have you met Jesus? Yeah, I did. Shut up. Leave me alone. I know the guy. Owes me $20. Fuck off.
Yeah.
There you go.
He owes me 10% for many a year.
Yeah, right.
He never
Well,
finished.
Red-
He never finished the backyard. Okay, look, the trees were never trimmed, so he still owes me $20.
I'm gonna need that. Run that
So
cash.
Reggio's longtime lurker, many places never was religious or found a God belief plausible, so I'm not sure what would discuss. We have had lifelong atheists on the show before,
Mhm.
but we've talked about things like religious influence that we've had to deal with, or stuff like that, or
Especially if you're in the States, because there's no way you didn't
Yeah.
see fundies
Right.
running around you at some point or another.
Are we
right,
talking
so-
about cultural Christianity here?
we could talk about that too.
Oh,
Sure,
well,
absolutely.
I'm sorry. Was there some other kind?
Yeah.
Can I ask you if I
gastrointestinal.
was clear and you said crystal?
Are you clear? Like, as in, you mean like the Scientologist kind of clear?
I can have the court reporter
Good
read back. I don't
persuasion,
need
Edward.
my words read back to me.
I was thinking there is one other kind. There's also gastrointestinal Christian.
Crystals?
Christian.
Oh,
What?
Do they fart a lot?
He said, "What
is
other
going
kinds
on
of
with that?
Christians are there?" There's gastrointestinal.
Sounds like me. I just tell people, oh, it's turbo. It's just kicked in.
Yeah.
that's the VTech. Fucking VTech.
so I got places quicker.
It's not a bald spot. That's a solar panel to charge me.
Yeah.
I'm not bald. God,
Neil
I've
is
taken my
definitely not
bandana
bald.
off.
No one called you bald.
Oh, I thought you were
Sound-
poking fun of me because of the
now
bandana.
now I'm
sound
starting
a
to
little
think you are
defensive.
bald. Now you sound bald.
I'm bald
Speaking
on the
in
head. That
Why
generality-
counts.
sound bald? Bald has a sound now.
You sound
This
kind
is
of bald
bald
right
on
now.
Bald on the head that counts.
Honestly, I wouldn't care either way because
Mhm,
bald is a good
mhm.
look for a lot
Sure.
of people. So
Yeah.
Is it time for our minoxidil as a sponsor break here?
Oh my god, my roommate has
Rogaine.
that in the bathroom. Like, he's got
Rogaine,
it.
minoxidil, minoxidil being
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Or
my
how about
roommate
we
has
get
some in
some-
the medicine cabinet.
some sheen stuff,
Should I put
with a
something in it?
microfiber rag, and there you go.
Put it on
No,
your
shiny.
feet and see it. Fern, put it on your feet and see if you turn into a hobbit.
Maybe I'll put some green dye in there.
Green dye. You look like a chia pet.
There's a bad toy.
Chia, oh,
terrible toy.
Yeah, did Stephanie bring that up earlier? I think is that right?
yeah. I think so.
did.
Somebody did.
Oh, I didn't hear.
But,
Sorry.
No.
Unless you got the Shaggy one from Scooby Doo. The Shaggy one was awesome
Or Snoopy.
because you could do his You could do his beard too.
Everclear. Oh man.
Hey,
Everclear. Oh no.
Everclear. What?
That's not a toy.
Yeah.
That's a bad band.
No, it's definitely not a toy.
I used to
The
do
old
shots
old
Everclear.
the old 50s and 60s lab kits for kids.
Oh,
They
those-
actually
yeah.
They
I had one
actually
of
had some, like, they actually had radium in them and shit.
Oh yeah.
And mercury.
Here's
That
some
sounds
lead.
about right.
Play with
Oh,
some
yeah.
lead.
limit exposure to 4 hours per day.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Bury in the
that-
backyard
it-
after
those-
playing.
Step
you-
1: squeeze lemon into eye.
If you experience
Those
symptoms,
Etch-a-Sketch
duck
things,
and
they were
cover.
full of mercury.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Etch-a-Sketch things, they were full of mercury. You break the
Etch-a-Sketch
Etch-a-Sketch
and
open.
die.
Oh look at all this stuff.
We already mentioned lawn darts, but I'm sure if you
Missed
got that thing stuck in you,
Yeah.
I'm sure that was lead.
Hey, look, I mean, there's a certain point when you have to go, look, you are tossing a spike into the air.
Yep.
Be fucking
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah.
I mean, come
Don't
on. How much
stand
warning
under
do you
it.
need, right? Take the
You know,
warning
I have to
label
say,
off.
sure it's
let the
dangerous.
problem sort itself
Sure
out.
it's dangerous, but compare it to shit nowadays like bocce ball or I don't even
Cell
know.
phones,
No.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Cell phones.
I think the thing that you guys are very
Cell phones are
convenient-
non-ionizing radiation, so you don't have to worry about
Oh,
it.
no,
I
no.
think-
I was thinking
think-
more along the lines of you're staring at it and you walk into fucking traffic.
Oh,
I just want to point out the obvious thing you guys are omitting about lawn darts, which is the fact that it's children who are in charge of throwing them.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the danger.
Cool. No, that's
That's true.
fuck
Okay.
it. What
Now, hold
faster
on.
way to learn about the danger?
Yeah,
never
exactly.
in my entire life of ever playing the game. We used to play that quite a bit back in the day, right after Red Rover. But anyway, we used to throw those fuckers, and not a single kid got hit by those.
Yeah.
Because we knew you don't stand under them.
Same.
It's fucking
right.
dangerous. Watch
Right.
out. Jesus. That's the whole point. Point. No pun intended.
And we didn't like whale them up into the clouds, and then they would come down. Some kid, hey, where'd it go?
Oh.
Right? It was high enough, but not high
No.
enough that it would actually. I heard of a kid in the neighborhood who got one just above his eyelid, and there was a little tiny scrape.
That's not
and that was it.
good. See, Neil, it's like okay.
I know,
I
but
think
it
you
was
pretty
so
much. I
rare.
think you stood on the side of the guy who was throwing, didn't you?
I think
I
that's
mean,
what I thought.
yeah.
Like you don't
Yeah.
stand where you're aiming,
Right.
right?
No, it
Nope.
wasn't like you were
No.
standing down at the
No,
other end.
but
I
if
mean,
you're not
granted-
paying attention and I'm playing soccer and you guys are playing lawn darts and I go for my
Well,
ball and I get
then-
nailed,
Learn to pay attention, motherfucker.
Yeah,
What
stay out of my
What-
backyard.
Right.
Why'd you bring a soccer ball to a lawn
Get your
dart fight?
goddamn soccer ball game out of my backyard.
Why'd you bring a soccer ball to a lawn dart
listen,
fight?
listen
my
to these old curmudgeons. Yeah, just fucking survival of the fucking fittest out here.
That's,
fucking,
that's right.
fucking
Take
law of the
yourself out of the
jungle.
gene pool, you
God damn
unobservant.
it!
I was about to say, Neil, you never heard about the kids who had accidents because you didn't fucking play in the funeral parlor.
We don't
Those
talk
kids got
about burnout.
taken out. Those kids did not get it. They're
It's
gone.
If
You didn't
sense
play
is
with
so
them anymore.
common, how come nobody fucking has any?
Right.
No.
Okay,
I got
okay.
news. I got news for you. Common sense has never been particularly common. You know, it's like,
True.
really. Humans,
Yeah,
have,
why put a-
humans,
why put a safety
humans
on a
have,
gun?
humans have ought to know better. This is a thing that I'm discovering at my advanced age. It's like we ought to know better. We've been arguing about fucking religion for over 12,000 years. And we still do it, and we still think it's fun, and it's really fucking stupid.
Yeah, but it's stupid fun.
I'm gonna
It's stupid fun, just like fucking lawn darts. Really?
I'm going to address this comment right here. Found a microwave
Yay.
and not knowing to put metal in. You can
You
put
can
metal, in a
it,
microwave.
Yeah, it's fine. Just
I
doesn't-
don't
No
don't
points.
advise putting like crunched up fucking tinfoil in the
Yeah,
in
no
the microwave. That'll
points.
spark like crazy.
like
I have a
stick
metal
spoon
rack
in
that
there.
goes in my microwave for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, stick a
As long as you
spoon
got
in
Metal the
it.
right
even
shape
size.
can go in the microwave. It's metal
can
the
go.
wrong shapes will redirect the microwaves. And
A lot
could
of-
got hot spots, right?
Huh.
And
Right.
that could be problems.
A lot of mugs, like coffee mugs, come with like
Metal
like
bottom.
they're stickers or whatever that they not I want to say iron-ons, like the old school iron-on, but they have metal in the stickers, and you're going to get. I have a Deadpool one that sparks all the time when I put it in the microwave, but I don't give a shit because I'm like, you're going to heat my coffee regardless. You don't need to worry about that. Again, microwaves are also non-ionizing.
Just do what my therapist does. Get yourself one of those $130 coffee mugs that heats itself on the little special pad that comes with. Plug it into your USB port, and oh my god, it just keeps your coffee the exact right temperature all the time. I'm so jealous of her coffee mug.
Hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
Apparently, Tons wants to see my metal rack.
Here we go.
Reminds me.
Stirring the pot. Just stirring the pot out there in the chat.
Once again, just reminded me of my mom.
I think Tons was thinking boobs.
No, just manage your expectations, Tons.
Robot boobs. Let's see your metal rack.
Great thing about robot boobs is they don't require sustenance, so they can just keep working.
How do you know?
There you go.
What? I mean,
metal rack.
So I've heard.
Goes inside the microwave.
Allegedly.
Use that for Canadian bacon?
On here, these little ends sit on the little screwed in little nodules that you have in the microwave, and it just sits on top like that. Yeah. And usually when I put my food in, I'll go underneath. I'll put that little plastic thing you go over top to keep it from splattering everywhere, and it sits nicely right over top. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah. You can put metal in the microwave.
No corners, no sharp angles. You should be fine.
What? I even microwaved a fork once just to prove a point.
Really? Ooh,
yeah,
see, the fork could burn your hands.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fork I did sparked, but like spoons are fine.
I only got one spark out of it.
Non-serrated knives are fine.
Does that count as metal? What a magnet's made out of? Is that metal?
I'm pretty sure all magnets are metal.
Because I had a one of those domes that it magnets to the top of the microwave, and then you bring it down, and it's splatter-proof or whatever. That's the whole point of it. But it had magnets, and I was always worried about it setting the microwave off, but it never did.
Hell, I even put. I was eating soup right out of the pot one time, and it was all metal pot. Even the handle was metal. I was like, "Fuck, it's getting cold," so I shoved that in the microwave and did that for a couple of minutes there to heat it back up. Nothing happened. Yep. Well, the soup got warm again. So did the handle. So I actually had to grab.
Yeah.
I can think of an oven
holder.
Yeah.
So do you not have a stove?
Stoves take forever.
Yeah, man. Microwave's like done.
Yeah. I'm an American. I want it now. 30 seconds. Oh.
Well, you know how microwaves actually heat your food up. They vibrate the molecules, and that's what heats your food back up.
Friction.
It's the same thing as fire, just faster.
Neil needs to be a comic book, The Canadian. Throwing pots into the microwave. Doing whatever I want to do up here in Canada.
The whole point of the cartoon is it looks like he's doing dangerous shit that's actually fine.
He's riding a moose.
He might be onto something.
Color TVs.
Yeah. I'd buy that for $1.
Thank you, Ollie.
I'd buy that for $1.
That's a great reference. Oh, Max fucking Headroom, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, that was from RoboCop, wasn't it?
RoboCop.
Yeah.
Was it? I thought it was Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, RoboCop.
It was the weird, creepy guy in the on the commercials on the TV
with the near naked girl sitting all
Yeah.
around him.
I'd buy that.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
Max Headroom happened here in Chicago. That was a weird thing.
My bad 80s sci-fi stuff is all overlapping. Oh, my brain.
That guy that plays Max Headroom is Canadian, FYI.
It's Jim Carrey.
Of course.
No,
not Jim Carrey.
Mike Myers.
No.
Justin Bieber. Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, it was Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky. That's it.
Justin Trudeau.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Oh,
it's actually Matt Frewer, and he's actually pretty good. Like he actually has some skills.
That's his name, Matt Frewer. Yes.
Yeah, I liked Matt Frewer. He's a good dude.
Some good shows too.
He's from SNL, wasn't he?
The interesting thing about Max Headroom, I don't know if you know the full story, is it actually started off as a 1 hour TV pilot in the UK, which got a reasonable amount of traction, mainly because it was sort of one of the first depictions of a cyberpunk future on screen. And then for some completely bizarre reason, they had 2 series where Matt Frewer was playing Max Headroom and acting as an MTV type host.
Yeah.
And then it was
like
sort
a
of brought
satire.
No, it was just a regular type.
I think he
MTV
introduced the
show.
videos.
Yeah, and he would sort of pop up and do his thing and introduce videos, and that would be it. But then it was
a regular Carson Daly.
Well, then it was made as a US TV series, and which is sort of where most people remember it.
Right, which probably means that we kind of ruined it, because that's what we do.
I actually really enjoyed it at the time. I need to
Red Dwarf.
Yeah,
rewatch it again.
Red fucking Dwarf. God, that's a good fucking show. TV.
I still gotta see that.
Oh wait,
all right, let him finish his
on.
sentence.
I'm sorry.
That's really all I've got to say about Max Headroom. But
then he did 7-Up commercials.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
I missed that part.
He's had quite a reasonable career as a sort of actor in all sorts of parts as well since then.
Hey, Richard, can you say Omega for me?
Well, I'd say Omega.
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 Okay.
I'd pronounce it Omega.
Why is that?
In the cartoon, or in
just the way I pronounce. It's just some words get pronounced completely different depending on what part of the world you come from.
In the TV show,
this is true.
In the Star Wars TV show, she's Omega, and it's because she her character
Star
is
Wars TV show.
Well, yeah,
I got a question for you.
the Bad Batch.
Oh, you're talking about the Bad Batch.
The Bad Batch, yeah.
Omega,
Little
yeah.
Omega. But the person that does her voice is actually from New Zealand. So she says she speaks with the accent Omega as opposed to Omega.
Sorry?
I have a very important question. I have a very important question I need to ask.
Ask it.
And that my question is, of all of the English or British Isles colonial nations that emerged from that era of British settlement of the world, which bunch of descendants of the original colonists do you consider to be the craziest motherfuckers on earth? And this you can include the home country. You can include the Pommy bastards. You can include anybody you like. But
I call them the Soggy Stones.
All of the British settlers all over the world. Who do you think?
I haven't probably traveled to enough countries to give a definitive answer. The Australians are pretty crazy. They're proud of their heritage as
criminals,
ex-criminals, and if you can trace your actual descendancy back to one of the original ones, that's sort of considered real status within the country.
I committed one of the 19 crimes, brother.
Yes, yeah, and
good wine.
Can I commit crimes now to be able to get cred?
Please, can you send me to Australia if I do those things?
Do you mind? Because they're
personally
better healthcare.
I'll give my opinion. In my opinion, I think the Brits are pretty goddamn crazy, but they're very polite about it. They hate everyone, but they're very polite about hating everyone.
It's a very cordial form
is neat.
Of being assholes. Yeah,
and the Kiwis are just really fun-loving. I love every encounter with a Kiwi I've ever had. It's like, wow, this is really cool. Let's. Where's the party? Where's the whole thing? The Aussies are. I kind of take your thing, and of course Canadians. I don't know.
If
And
I- if I-
Americans are just
They
assholes.
what?
Americans,
Well,
are,
yeah.
Yanks are just complete
Hey,
assholes.
what?
We're
We all
just a
know Americans are
mishmash.
assholes.
We're a
We-
mishmash
Americans
of
suck.
everything.
America, look yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Native
Well,
atheist. I
Well,
do
the way
remember
I
that
said, the
native
way I,
atheist.
my people left England because nobody would have them, and we settled here and fucked everything up. So what can I say? Sorry, world.
I mean, it's not like the Brits had like a really great reputation for not fucking things up where they went during
Well, that's what
colonization.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're just really, they're just really nasty people, but they're extremely polite about being nasty.
When British people give me shit for being American, I kind of go, well, you realize we're your kids in a way. Like
I learned
The
it from
rebellious
you, Dad.
teenagers.
socio-culturally, you're just complaining that your kids are assholes.
Yeah, well,
I,
Of course, really.
I won.
America is the dumpster fire that teenage UK started on accident and has just completely run away from. Just ran
And the
in the other
Canadians
direction.
are like the
that was
older
on-
siblings that are a little bit more level-headed.
That was on fire when I
Yes.
got here.
Yeah.
I actually saw an English person
We
laughing
didn't
at
start the
this. I saw
Robin
an
Williams
English
said
person.
it best, Neil. Robin Williams said it best.
Oh.
We're a really, really nice loft apartment above a crack house.
That's probably true.
I saw an English person laughing at the Southern accent and laughing at hillbillies, and I thought, you know where those people came from? They came over in ships from England.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
maybe
just a
not those
development
specific
of,
people.
well, no, it's just the
Yeah.
development of the British accent is what became the Southern accent.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's the a Southern accent is a British accent slowed down.
Well, again, you've got to also
Legit. It's just slowed
you-
down.
you also have to work out which British accent you're talking about.
Mm.
Right.
Oh,
Um,
definitely the downstairs one.
Right, governor.
Gloucester.
Liverpool.
But I mean, it's something that varies depending on where in the country. Even in some cases, you get different accents depending on which part of London you come from.
What's
So-
considered dumber than Cockney?
Liverpool.
That's
Chester.
Southern. That's-
Well, I
that's-
don't know.
that's-
I don't
that's
know.
Southern.
Midlands.
I find sometimes
Gloucester.
the Scots people are incomprehensible when they're talking very
Oh.
heatedly all at once. But
I mean, that's
You
more
know.
an influence of the Gaelic history that, you know, like, because I mean,
It's-
Gaelic is
it's-
just incomprehensible
Welsh,
as
too.
it is. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's
part
it's like
Welsh.
the diversity of accents is like it's like biodiversity. It's like the original land where the language developed has got way more diversity than anywhere else. It's like New England, which is where I live, there are tons and tons of different takes on the English language within 100
All
miles.
wrong.
Yeah,
I'm
of
sorry,
course, all
your
wrong,
accent,
but, you
your
know,
dialect. is
Jesus
wrong.
Christ, dear! Don't you better just listen.
all hilarious.
It's really funny. It's just really.
We here in Chicago, we got
What you talking about? Accent? I don't know what you mean.
we here in
Well,
Chicago, we got
Now you're talking southeastern Massachusetts, Connecticut, and New York.
See, I think in the Midwest we
Skies.
have no accent. We
Yeah.
have no accent.
You
We
do.
talk
You
like
have a Midwest
TV.
accent.
Well,
Yeah.
not
Everybody thinks that their accent isn't an accent when it.
I know, I get
actually
that.
is.
I'm saying
That's
I'm
true.
still standing
But-
by that though. You go east and you go west, and there are hardcore
or
accents.
north or
We're kinda
north.
in the
Mm.
middle.
But like
north, yeah.
even like Wisconsin and
Minnesota.
and like Minnesota, they have
Yep.
like that almost
Oh yeah.
Canadian
Oh
accent.
yeah.
Yep.
Like
We don't
Yeah,
have
don't you know?
anything.
Hey
We
now,
just say
don't you know?
We don't
use
have an
every once in a
accent,
while.
don't you know? We just talk like normal.
Don't you know?
Well, we do say sausage. Yeah, I'd like a sausage pizza.
No,
No,
one
look,
says
no, hold on.
sausage.
No one
Nobody
says
says sausage.
No, they
No,
actually,
it's-
honest to God, if you call like a Rosati's Pizza in Chicago, they'll say
Happy birthday.
Rosati's and they'll say sausage. Yeah, they will. They will say those things.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh,
let me
you're
get
not
up on
there's
them.
Michael.
like those
There's
old
Michael's
SNL guys.
Chicago. Yes, it's
Bears.
and I could say
The
Boston.
Bulls.
It's my native land. It's just funny.
The
It's
Blackhawks.
really interesting.
If you go to work for a telco who does like
hot dog.
national phone center stuff, like if they're concerned about having customers call in to a phone center, what they want generally is to try and have people receiving the calls who don't sound like they have any kind of noticeable accent. Like they don't want you to know where the people receiving the calls are from. So what they do is they find areas of the country where they have what's called a non-regional dialect. That area of the country is generally what Midwesterners would call the West. So like Utah, Idaho, anywhere in the Four Corners states, honestly, they go to those places and establish call centers specifically because people from that area will not have an accent. I used to work in a number of them, and I found that out because that's what the corporate people would say is like, yeah, well, you guys have a non-regional dialect. You don't have a note, right, Neil? Thank you. A distinguishable dialect to anybody in America. They can call you and think like, well, you just sound like some asshole on the news. So,
Yep.
You know, we don't know.
Radio.
Yeah, we can't distinguish whether you're from New Orleans or from California or New York or whatever because you just sound like an ordinary American English accent. That's it.
Here's an interesting thing: is whatever city you go to. Whatever city you go to, pay attention to the commercials on the TV, and you'll notice
they're all insurance.
Well, no, but what I was going to say is you'll notice national commercials all have that non-accent,
dialect,
but then the local commercials like Bill's Pizza, that'll be in some kind of weird accent.
So come on down to
all the Hollywood films in the 1940s and of that era, 40s and 50s, had the transatlantic accent, where
that's my favorite.
Was just this sort of weird standardized halfway between New England, New York, and
it's kind of nice.
Britain. It's just really kind of weird.
You don't say. See?
And then there was received English pronunciation, which they tried to get going in the British Isles. As call it the Queen's English.
And so this week on Linguistics
it sort of went to hell.
Linguistics with Neil. Linguini with Neil.
Linguini. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
It is all about.
Neil, what are you talking about?
Here's the one I don't get.
In the West, we don't say boot. It's
Who sticks an R at the end of words with an A? I don't know where that comes from.
British culture.
Maine.
Where do you get that idea?
Maine.
Is that Maine? Because I hear you hear it in the Midwest too, and I just don't know why people do that.
That's definitely a northern down east. The down east, we say Augusta, not Augusta. Don't say Buster. We don't say Buster. We say Busta. It's weird the way it works.
You mean
nor'easter?
What I find weird is spelling of words. It's like I'm used to sort of spelling color with a U in it or favor.
Oh my god! What?
And then suddenly you everything goes American, and all of these words.
All the U's are gone.
Yeah.
Well,
behavior. We spell behavior with a U as well.
Well, do you know why we got rid of all those extra letters? Because you're wasting print.
But
you're like,
hold on, Mikey.
It's capitalism, Mikey. It's capitalism.
It originated in the 19th century with there's one guy produced Webster produced a dictionary and decided that he wanted to get rid of all these inherited French pronunciations in English and make words sound as they're actually pronounced. So there was a lot of getting rid of PHs and putting Fs in and things like that.
Like tough, TUFF.
Well, though enough.
Well, one of the weirdest pronunciations is Americans say lieutenant.
Oh, yeah, I hate that word. I fucking hate that word.
British people say lieutenant. Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
We call him lieutenant here in Canada as well.
I don't get it.
Yes.
There's no
'Cause
right
that's
tenant.
actually what it's called.
But there's no right tenant.
Where's the F
Doesn't
in
need to be.
lieutenant?
There's a
Depends
David
on where
tenant.
you
Does that
live.
count?
Well, it's the part of the weirdness about it is English is
Letters,
such a
pronunciation.
conglomerate language that sort of,
Yeah.
being made up from Gaelic,
German.
French, and when they came over and took over and things like that, and all these words have gotten mixed up, and there's sort
Blame
of
the Saxons.
there's no standardized usage really.
Blame
There's
the
an
Vikings.
old word. There's an old word, and I think it might be ye, y-e. And I heard the other day that if you replace it with the, because I don't remember if it's ye or not, but there's an old word. I can't. But anytime you see it, you're supposed to replace it with the word the. Is it
Ye olde marketplace?
I can't remember if it's
Okay,
ye or
yeah.
not.
Ye old creamery.
The old creamery.
Ye old.
The Cheesecake Factory?
Hell yeah! When are we going?
What is it, prom?
Suddenly, I'm excited again. When are we going?
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
All right, we have about 100 different flavors. Yes, please.
So the stuff that hot dogs are made out
Piece
of,
of each.
it looks
No,
like
the whole goddamn thing.
it looks like a sludge before they make it into a hot dog. The stuff that hot dogs are made out of. So how about hot dog sludge factory?
The proper word
That's
is
an asshole.
slurry,
That's
not
Ye old
sludge.
sludge factory.
Pink slime, man. Pink slime.
Whatever. Tastes good. I don't care. Oh, by the way, the we are officially to be calling hot dogs. They are members of the sandwich family.
Don't start with me.
If
it's true.
there's
only if
bread
they're in a bun.
involved, sure.
Only if they're in a
They are
but-
in a bun. That's what I mean. Yes, in a bun. Yes.
See?
My next question is a taco, a sandwich.
Stop it.
No.
This is where it always devolves.
I mean, can't
Nope.
we all just taco along?
All right. All right.
Let's not talk about this anymore. No, tacos are not considered
You
sandwiches
can't
because,
taco out of anything.
but hot dogs are because they have the bun. When they're in a bun and you eat them in a bun, they are considered sandwich. Like a submarine is also in a hinged bun and is called the submarine sandwich.
No.
What if I eat a hot dog with a piece of bread?
Then
Fill me
it's
up,
still a
yeah.
sandwich.
A hamburger is a
But you
weird
just
one to
said it
think of
was
as a
a-
sandwich. That's
It's also
weird.
a sandwich. Yes.
But it's weird though.
Okay, can we all
Why?
agree that a quote unquote
I don't know.
open faced sandwich is not a fucking sandwich because it's not between bread?
Still a sandwich.
No, it is not. It is
No,
just
it
shit on top of a slice of bread.
You have the option of
bread.
taking those pieces of
Yeah.
bread and putting them
There
together.
you
Just
go.
because you
Crap
don't.
on top of bread. Crap on top of bread. That's all it is.
Shit on a shingle.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
That was the name of my old punk band.
Shit on a
Really?
shingle.
Well, shit on the shingle. Good night.
I think Tons of Mice is correct. U-boats are a sandwich.
Yeah.
Boats are sick because they have kraut.
Full of kraut.
Let's go back. Let's go back. to
That's a
our
that's a
Germanic
good one.
roots.
Das Boot.
That's a good movie.
Unterseeboten. That makes it's both
Undersea.
Well, see, now I'm thinking about the comic novel, the graphic novel Mouse. I really loved that series. I'm
Mouse?
sorry,
Yeah,
Mouse
yeah,
and Mouse
I remember
2.
that
They
one.
were so
Mouse was
good.
great. Yeah. Very, very
Sorry.
good.
Way to drag it into serious territory there, Fern. Sorry. Excuse me.
Yeah, Fern.
No worries. We can start talking fascism now if we want. But
Oh, let's
Do we have
mock
to?
no.
Do we have
I think
to?
Richard should pick
Fuck
the
those
next
guys.
mocking subject.
Yeah, well.
I was about to say,
Oh, wow.
We can
fascism
still
is
leave it
where,
right
you know, it's
there.
better.
Fuck those guys.
I was about to.
Thanks, Regios. That's awesome.
Oh, thank you,
See what I mean?
Regios.
Regios does that shit all the time.
Regios.
You're so awesome, Regios. Really.
You're very appreciated.
I see you do this on like all kinds of atheist channels. I am so grateful. I wish I
Everywhere.
had your level of ability to support. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Regios
Hey,
is
being
all of our
involved
sugar
with us
daddies.
is support as well, Fern. So that's all that matters.
Oh no, I was just dragging you guys down. but it's entertaining.
That's true.
It's entertaining for me. So yeah, thanks, Mike.
There you go. There you go.
There's that. There is that. You're right.
Way to agree real quick there, Mikey. Thanks.
You know,
have an easy mat to wipe your feet on. So
everybody says you're so disagreeable. I start agreeing, and then there's another problem. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
See, you're agreeing with me, and I disagree.
Yeah.
You know what? You just reminded me.
Controversial, Mikey.
Go ahead. Man.
Sorry.
You know that old riddle back where the two guys are standing beside pathways to a specific town. One guy lies, the other one tells the truth.
Oh, I love that one.
In the labyrinth.
Yeah, I saw a little cartoon, I guess you could say, on the quickest way to get to the bottom of it.
Shoot him in the foot.
He just needs you kill one of them, and he asks the other guy. He goes, "Is he dead?" And if he says no, he's the liar. If he says yes, then he's the guy that tells the truth.
There you go. Unfortunately, now you've gotten rid of one information source.
Yeah, that's just it. So you only have one question for each one. So now you know that guy lies, but now you can't ask him about the door.
And then you accidentally say, like, that was pretty cool, right? Oh, shit. And then that was your question.
No, then you can say, all right. So. Then you can
I
ask
think jettisoning. I think jettisoning a God belief is probably the best way to get beyond having really shitty beliefs anyway. But it doesn't always work out that way. You know, it doesn't always work out that way. There's a lot of atheists I've run into that carry on, you know,
right-wing policies,
prejudices that you know.
Yep.
Maybe they haven't left it all behind.
Because people are insecure.
Because you don't believe doesn't mean you're a good person.
Means you came to a smart decision on one simple fact.
Okay, so ask the corollary of that question. Do you think there are any people who are helped by having a religious belief?
Yeah.
I would say so. Yep.
Do you really think so? I don't know.
That's specific from a general, though. Like, so I'm a little bit torn. Anytime you talk about generalities, you can find specifics to make an exception for. So, are we talking about?
I think we can answer the question without tearing it apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry, Mike.
I think we can try before we say this is a bad question. Like
the way I would put it is if you don't have God's skirts to hide behind, if you don't have God's skirts to hide your prejudices behind, you kind of have to stand there naked and justify your prejudices. And so I think that's just one step, but it's not the entire game. You know, many people hide behind a God it's not me that hates these people.
Yeah, to validate their behavior.
Blah blah blah. It's God. I read this thing in this book. It's God. It's the word of God, and so I'm gonna hold my own prejudices behind this curtain of belief. And you know, that's what I meant when I said, you know, it's easier to get to a point of examining your own beliefs without the God in the middle.
Yeah, it does interfere.
But do I think that that people who hold a God belief, and the God belief is rooted in a conception of a God that wants people to get along with one another. You know, it's kind of an externalization of you know, it's an externalization of goodwill. And for those people, yeah, sure. If you're going to hang on to that God, if you're going to hang on to that system of beliefs, sure. But still, you might be better off not needing to externalize either the good or the bad. Seems to me to be a better path.
If someone's in crisis and it gets them out of crisis, then I'm completely fine with it.
Yeah,
whatever gets them out of crisis.
Mikey, did you see that the recent AXP thing where the guy called in because he was having trouble with his service animal dying, and he wanted to like turn back to religion. He was calling AXP saying like, I don't know what to do because like I'm an atheist, but like honestly, it's really comforting the idea of there being an afterlife where my friend is still, happy and alive. And so like I kind of want to go back to my religious community. And even the AXP people were just kind of like, yeah, well, if that's what helps you get through this, then I don't see anything wrong with that. You don't have to tell them your feelings, your atheist thoughts or whatever. Just go ahead, go back to church.
Get what you need and come on out.
But if you're smart enough though to know that it's just a Band-Aid, then I think that's it's weird,
not
though.
but it's not just you can't like cognition your way out of
feelings.
What's it called? Like loss. You know what I mean?
Get it. I get it.
Grief.
And you grief. That's the word I'm looking for. Good grief. And I don't fault people like ever for whatever they need to do to get out of that, because your brain tells you have no step 2, right? And you have no idea what step 2 is going to be, and you are in free fall. Grab anything.
My original answer to that question would be people with mental problems or mental deficiencies or disabilities. They might need something like that as a crutch to keep morals, to behave, just to behave or be decent.
If it stops someone from being a serial killer, like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
If they think God is the reason that they can't be a serial killer, then please, I'll drive you to church.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson. What's up, Neil?
Hi, Neil.
2 things. Got to end the show. We got our hour and a half max, so we're gonna close this one out. And one thing based on what we've been talking about, folks, is
you're loud again, Neil.
Am I?
Yeah, it's doing the thing.
Why are you maxed? That's crazy.
Yeah, that was loud.
Don't know.
Yeah, the levels. I
was like, I'm sorry, Neil. Say the 2 things.
Is that better? Is that better?
Still loud.
Let's see if I'll help you.
I'm not even talking very loud, so
Just
how
go
the hell
back
did
by-
that happen?
Just go back by
settings,
the
audio automatically adjust.
Up back here. Is it better back here? Or?
Yeah, there you go.
Sure, send back.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So we're going to bring this to a close. So I want to thank Richard for being our guest tonight and sharing his story. It was awesome having you on, brother.
You're welcome.
And also thank everyone out in the chat for hanging out with us. If you missed the original interview, there's a link to it in the description box below. And over on that video, you'll find Richard's link to his movie review channel, which I highly recommend you go check out. It's a lot of fun stuff in there. It's mostly sci-fi, fantasy, and horror type genres, which all of us in here typically like.
Richard, I have a project in which I need I need a consultant on horror. So maybe I'll reach out to you.
I can do that.
Were there 2 syllables in that word?
horror.
Consult? Horror?
Yeah.
Horror?
Yeah. It wasn't clear to me. I'm sorry.
Horror?
Horror.
There we go. Horror. Okay. I'm with you now.
I mean,
Makes more sense
yeah.
now.
But yeah, for sure, Mike.
Not a sex worker.
Get in contact and we can talk.
I'll give you his email.
Yeah.
Mikey.
So I need, because I like to have you have a deeper knowledge of things than most people would, and I need to dive into wells that my players don't have access to. So ideas from movies that aren't out anymore, or things that are forgotten about, so that I can bring them back, and then they won't expect them.
Okay, no problem.
Sounds good.
You guys are
Is Mikey designing D&D
Oh
campaigns?
God.
Oh, it's worse
Yes.
than D&D.
Is it GURPS?
No, it's worse than GURPS.
I don't know what you mean. I mean, they're English
Well,
words,
just
and I understand them individually, but like when you put them in that order, it doesn't make sense.
All right. So can I continue?
Sorry.
Sure.
Continue.
If you must.
If you must. All right. Thanks, everyone. I already said that. Thanks to all our members and patrons. You guys are awesome. We couldn't do this without you guys. If you're interested in becoming one of those, there are ways to do so. And thanks to Regios today, especially for gifting all those memberships. That was awesome. Much appreciate it.
Always.
It's really, really cool. Regios, we'll talk. Message me through Twitter or something. We'll talk about maybe a format we could do a show with you. Because just for doing that, I kind of want to have you on just to shoot the shit.
He's done it like 5 times.
I know. It's like insane. It's
we got to get you on, Regios. We're feeling bad over here.
And
Regios.
The people are chanting your name, Regios, into the Coliseum.
All right.
Is it Regios or is it Regis?
Ooh.
Tune in next week to find out the answer to that and many more questions.
On Dragon Ball Z. All right, so
blown out voice. Fucking your mic's doing that thing again still, but it's all good. We're almost done anyway. It's all good. Your gain should be at like
that helps.
Your gain should be at nothing. You need
move your chair
gain.
back. Just move your chair back. You're fine.
He's not on a chair.
Chair is my bed, so it's not a chair.
Okay, move your computer forward.
Put a hole in the wall.
Yeah, but that doesn't do it because it's the microphone.
Right, so move the mic.
Whee!
There you go. Oh, up there. There you go.
Here we go.
Oh, there. All right, here we go.
Perfect.
All right.
That works.
All right. Where the hell was I? All right. So we'll try a different quote that was in line with what we were talking about earlier. I don't know who said it. I can't seem to find Gandhi said something similar to it at one time, but I'm going to say it this way. From an unknown source, your beliefs inform your actions, and your actions have consequences. There you go. Until then, guys, we'll see you later.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.